have to say, when I saw your website and the amount of effort and work and just the amazing research, you know, I almost felt like crying. It was just so incredible. So it's such a massive contribution to not only the Buddhist heritage in India, but globally. So thank you for that. Now, let's just turn to Xuanzang then, because before we talk about your journey, so why did you particularly focus on Xuanzang? I mean, you say on your website that he mentions names of places, kingdoms, people, events, dates, and so on. And it contains also details like distances, directions, and the time taken in traveling. So, and also the significance of places, building structures, and religious rituals. So you say that without Xuanzang's account, this would have been only like brick structures for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you say today we take this information for granted. So perhaps you can say a little bit more then about, you know, sort of why Xuanzang was so important to you for this project.
Xuanzang, because I mean, without Xuanzang, you will never know the Buddha Charika, the where Buddha made his wandering. I mean, his informations are very detailed. Even if you go to the site, like if you go to Shravasti, we know all those shrines because we didn't find any inscriptions anywhere. We know that Ashokan pillar site of Sarnath is the place where exactly Buddha sat and gave the first sermon, because Xuanzang says so. We didn't find any inscription saying that this is the place where Buddha did this, this is the place where Buddha did that. We find nowhere. It's only Xuanzang description which is so exact, which tells, I mean, even if you go to Mahabodhi temple, so all those 7 week stuff, I mean, it all comes from Xuanzang description. He says, I mean, it's on the northeast side, south direction, how many, I mean, like, Li, and I mean, this is how his descriptions are very detailed. Yes. So without Xuanzang, I mean, our understanding of the pilgrimage is only what Xuanzang says. I mean, there must be many more components about this celebrate pilgrimage, but our understanding is just limited to what Xuanzang says. Sometimes I feel that Xuanzang should have said even more. I mean, he should have given more description.
Yes.
So that is our limitation. I mean, whatever Xuanzang says, only that is what we know.
Wow. So you decided to make this epic journey. Like you say, you mapped the journey yourself, which is the first time that's been done. Is that correct? That's the first time someone has mapped it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody. I'm not following anybody's work, but I mean, I have not seen any such map anywhere on the internet. Like, because most of the people there, what they're doing is like, they're having this basic map prepared by Cunningham, so they're just following the same map. I mean, they're still using the same map. So maybe I would say that I have rectified here this map here and there. I mean, like, it's some tweaking here and there.
Exactly. So not only have you produced the map, you've actually made it more detailed and more thorough in a way, because you actually visited some of these places. So let's go to your journey then on the Gangetic Plain. Now Xuanzang's journey was over 10,000 miles from China to India, correct? India and back, sorry, to going to India and back to China. So your journey covers a section of that trail, is that right? On the Gangetic Plain, which is also where the Buddha was also doing his wanderings. Now, you started in Haryana at the ancient Buddhist site there, and end in Nalanda in Bihar, and that was Xuanzang's final destination. So you also went into southern Nepal and covered a distance of around 2,000 kilometers, is that correct, on foot?
Yeah, actually, when I started my foot journey, so immediately after that, I mean, after 1 month, there was a COVID lockdown. So there was a lockdown. So I had to take a break in the month of March for 2 months. Then I restarted in May 18. And then immediately after that, because my initial plan was that I would finish the whole Xuanzang trail in 6 months before this monsoon starts. In 4 or 5 months, but I mean, then because of this 2 month break, I had to do the remaining part of the foot journey in sections, in parts. So I did initially in the first part I did 1,200 kilometers, and then I did remaining part into I divided it into multiple parts.